Maybe I wasn't in the mood to play this game. Or at least this genre mix. Role-playing game mix with a card game. I don't know if it's me or the game that the game becomes more and more annoying when progressing the game. Now I started to break the script when trying to go to Celebrate Village, but now these things blocks away. And to go past them you need to hold something which disappears almost immediately. Really? Now time is needed to make progress for the game. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Really now time plays part in the progress game. I meant that the progress is behind a time limit, which is a short one. And in this instance I quit the game without saving. So I guess I rage quit. But in earlier parts there were other annoying parts. So I'll talk about them later in the video. And again, maybe I wasn't in the mood to play in this game. But either way, now I'm not sure about getting the remastered version. I still will be keeping the remaster in my wishlist and wait for a big sale. Maybe when I have calmed down between writing the script, I'll try to continue playing the game. But I'm not sure about that when it seems the game gets more annoying. No, didn't play the game while reading the script. Well, I have changed while making video, but I'm not sure about that. Baten Kaitos Origins was developed by Monolith Soft and Ray Crescento, and was published by Nintendo only for GameCube. However, this wasn't released in PAL regions unlike the first game, which was released in PAL regions. So this game was available only in Japan and North America.
The same dream. Again. You too?
The premise is that the player is a guardian spirit of the shelter, this time Osaka, however pointing event a long time ago. So the game just prompts to name the guardian spirit before starting the game. For which almost I was confused why there is name in, but at first I was confused about it. While forging in the army, Saki and Spirit woke up from seeing the same dream again, and then Saki tried to go back to sleep. But then Saki was summoned. It was for a assassination job. Then trying to complete the job, it was found out that the target was already dead. But then the same army blamed Saki for the murder of the target. While playing, a monster appears, but because the monsters didn't get damage from our attacks, then something wrong happens with Saki and his para-machine. In air quotes, called Coelho. Where Coelho was able to kill the monster. Okay, I forgot to pronounce it, and I might mistake but say name in the script. But then Saki and Guardian Spirit find themselves in a different place with different people who doesn't know about the monsters and about these people were later arrived at the village where something bad happened to the village. After exploring the village, Saki and Spirit returned back to where the monster was. And our story progresses almost a digit, it switched back and forth. While progressing the game, you will see younger versions of characters from the first game, so this is a prequel. So yeah, the story is interesting and is interesting with switching back and forth, but not interesting enough to brush the annoying stuff. Maybe this should be said in the gameplay or annoying stuff section, but a lot of ways the monsters is unbeatable, but you still need to damage it enough to progress the game. And of course there will be more enemies that are unbeatable, but you need to deal enough damage to progress the game. Like how much you play, there are little to none boss battles that story-wise are beatable. Maybe I needed to push through this game to get more levels of the story, but there still is remasters to play, so maybe in there I will do that. Only it will take a long time to make a video about remasters if I include both games in one video. I'll see about that if I'll get the remaster. Anyways, this video is about Origins.
Have a taste of this.
That hurts! This is bound to hurt.
For combat, if you came from the first Baten Kaitos rocket poker elements, or even selecting whatever numbered cards, or as in random order, because in this game there are cards only from 0 to 7 and also cards without numbers. So for combo you can select only numbered cards and only in the ascending order. And if you want to use unnumbered cards, then you can only use one card. Plus, now there is a mana system, mana leveling up in Polish, so you can use more powerful cards. Of course, with higher numbers. But that isn't all. There is also parts which I didn't manage to get work. Another thing is relay combos, is where one party member relays combo to other party member, and so that meant there is different deck building. So this time all party members share the same deck, so you need to balance around cards that everyone can use, and specific party members while also balancing between equipment, accessories, and weapons either for a specific party member or which can be used by all party members and support items. And this way, at first new party members battle by themselves before actually joining to the party, and the game gives you only 3 party members. Or at least it seems like that where I researched the game. By the way, which is still in this one. Because everyone shares the same deck, then there isn't deck shuffling. So cards used or discarded goes back into the deck, so maybe you can draw it immediately again. Yeah, you can discard cards and also skip party members. I don't know if it's better combat system, but it is easier. But sadly, you can select numbered cards in random order, so I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe it is more manageable. However, there still is getting boredom from this combat, especially when you get into roaming encounters, when trying to solve an environmental puzzle in air quotes, only puzzle in air quotes. So then I get annoyed by them so much that I start to discard cards until the escape card showed up, which of course still is a card. About environmental puzzles later in the video. And of course, try again is only for boss puzzles, even which story phase are unwinnable. Need to win just to lose puzzles story phase. Now about leveling up. Now this chart isn't also for that because leveling up is a regular RPG leveling up system. But there still is a function for these charts, which of course is accessible from both flowers, but also shows up on the world map. Increasing the class, which increases deck and size, how many decks you can create, and how many cards you can start in item. As far as I was able to reach, I used only one deck, so I'm not sure about the increasing amount of decks, how it is possible. And with that, I was going to set that every party member will still LC on decks, and because of that, I got the first game over and found out it was still game over for roaming encounters. So the access is up to 60 cards. However, there is one more use for the charts. Donating money to the charts to get an aura, only if you have a charts. However, I only tested it out because only one aura is applied to each party member. And after I follow it goes away. Well, for each party member only one aura there can be. So if you want to use an aura that might protect from a boss enemy, it might be count when reaching the boss battle. But about earning money, it's still regular RPG method, under a puzzle. So no selling photos to earn money, and to sell cards you need to place them in a junk pile before it. But getting cards from the shop isn't just buying them, which gets restricted every time checking it, even if you went outside and back into the shop immediately, but also with Magnus coupons. Basically opening a booster pack. There still is gameplay. However, at least as far as I can, coupons are free. So, yeah. For side quests, which are called subquests by this game, a menu where you can see what you accepted and completed. Of course, there is quest Magnus, as in Plague Magnus, or cards where you can absorb the essence of obsession. But you can also mix Magnus if you mix Magnus, which got annoying, but it isn't the only reason why it got annoying. But of course, more later in the video. Or you can use them to upgrade cards in the deck, which can be done in shops. Here and there you need to slow. Because you know how I played, I wasn't sure if I would be able to do that, but thankfully I was able to vote slowly. Of course there is a bonding system, a spirit with the character which you bonded, which is done by answering great answers to get better throws in the combat. So overall the gameplay could work, but only if there weren't problems. Or am I the only one that is bad at this game? When I was stuck, I stumbled on Let's Play Fair to say the game design was bad, or at least wasn't good. So then it means I wasn't the only one who had problems with this game. So without following problems, I will beat the game. One thing that annoys me, of course, are environmental puzzles. Sure, maybe for some I'm missing a clue, but what kind of game design is where the player can miss a clue? For others there's no clue, or at least fake clue, and because of this I stretched the line. At least in one instance, a puzzle object is as a background object. Oh wait, never mind me about the time limit in the intro. Because it was the second one where the time limit plays part to progress the game. But that is a way shorter way from because of which I rage quit the game. Anyways, back to the puzzle object. Because the camera is fixed and as that gained a camera perspective, whatever it is called, then I didn't think of background objects being interactable, unless we're absorbing the essence in blank Magnus. In a place where there is a time limit which can be increased, unlike the later time limit place. And of course that is in Cal, but it also applies to all environmental puzzles in air quotes. It's of course starting a powerful try to think of a large and forced puzzle in air quotes. Until you get even a single escape card, then you are forced to puzzle. And when you evade, then it's discarding all cards until you get card. And so it gets tedious trying to solve puzzles in air quote. Again, maybe for some it was me, like I wasn't able to play this game, but for other puzzles, it felt like they were bad game design. Also, when trying to complete the puzzles, the game sometimes doesn't register what I want to, so I need to face precisely what I want to interact with. And of course there is a wind tangent where the wind pushes you away, and only once in it you need to use an item to stop the wind. If you didn't find the item, then it's backtracking time, and again dealing with the wind. And it's more annoying if you want to grind in it if you can't find the boss like. Then reaching the save lower can get annoying, because you might lose all the progress if you get game over like dendromic and gutters. Now about the point where I rage quit the game. It's getting past these bugs, for which can be attacked. Blocks the way and you need to hold something that runs out really fast. So noticing the game gets more and more annoying, then thinking there will be more annoying stuff, then I feel courageous to rage quit the game. Well, before these bugs, there were situations where you needed to mix Magnus to progress the game. At first I thought Magnus mixing is based on time, but that isn't true. It's by finding enough policy in a row. Escaping doesn't count. Sure, maybe the game said about it, but it doesn't say directly. So at first I tried idling the game to get Magnus mix, but then figured and there I found it's based on policy. But also I didn't want to puzzle at that point because I didn't save the game for a long time, because one save location is behind the blocked path and the other is far away back from place where you can get increments for the Magnus. Well, of course, at that point I was afraid of losing all of the progress, because it's game over only for Roman and Gutters. If there is a tray I can pump, then it should be for all balls. Or at least there should have been save locations where you can get increments for some needed Magnus to progress the game. So yeah, this reason makes the game quality worse. Maybe some are because it is my fault, but still, that doesn't sit right for me.
May my blade be sharp. Fool!
You win! Round 4! Fight!
This'll do.
There is a fighting game announcer in Palace. Maybe because there is a Colosseum, maybe which is a place for optional palace, which goes in phase. But there is still another enthronement palace, or even possible. So an announcer is an omnipotent announcer announcing every battle. Opening is showed twice. Of course, first as opening and then when starting the game. Or at least some part of the opening are shown to the player twice. At first I track the opening first rehearsed content, which in a way still copy, but it might be a story reason, saying that twice. About rehearsed content, since the start of the game just was scripted as opening, as in that way rehearsed content. Oh, this game is better voice audio. So there weren't any reasons why you as a guardian spirit would hear dialogue differently in the first game. Because the game started with red flowers, I think there isn't a charge, and also because leveling up is regular leveling up. But I was wrong. And also from the flower you can access Colosseum and Setnata. That which was absorbed into Magnus and its signed content to find this town Magnus. There are investigation mechanisms only in necessary places, which is just talking with NPCs and maybe absorbing testaments in Magnus and finding proof. There is a fluff dialogue about Saki promising to marry a young girl if she grows up to be his type. In other shadow is just catching him young. So, I'm leaving it like that. Or Saki made a false promise to the girl. And of course one party member is a female, then Saki is shipped by Shadow game, with their even track both met only recently. There is other spirit in game which some film made. In this game Saki receives letters and is revealed only by Saki wanting to read the letters, but doesn't tell where you can read, even when going where a trap letters will be. Turns out letters can be read from shops. Another proves the game doesn't display fully opposite game features or mechanisms. So yeah, I don't think it is a good excuse that I wasn't in the mood to play this game, when the game is annoying stuff in the first place. Maybe I would beat the game if there will be more places where to save the game, especially in places where balance where you can get game over are forced to the player so the player can progress the game. I meant roaming palace, did it mean? Okay, of course that's about the roaming palace. The game not only gives save locations, okay, not for all, but also try again prompt for the palace, for both palace. Even drugs to revise some of them are unbeatable. But nothing for roaming encounters to unlock a path, especially when the player cooldown stays the game for a long time without needing to backtrack. Then again, probably I still would get annoying about bossless and that very short time limit. So I guess I didn't finish either Baten Kaitos game. For the first, it's because of Portnado's combat, and the second one, which is this one, because of annoying roadblocks. So only time will tell if I'll play the remaster and when, and if I'll include both games in one video or separate separate videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like the video, subscribe and comment. See you next time.